Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Shino, and we're in episode 18 of our Let's Play series. I hope you're having a great weekend and you're enjoying your Sunday. We're going to be doing a couple of things in this episode. Primarily, we need to do a little bit of digging. I think it's time that we get our charcoal pit into the ground, and I think it's time we build our cellars. And the reason being is, I did all the clay forming that I needed to do a couple episodes ago for getting the cooking stuff together, and you can see I'm flashing down here that I'm getting hungry, and I've been munching on berries and grabbing some grain every once in a while. And if we look, I mean, it's not bad, really. I've been keeping it up there. Vegetables getting low now, but been doing a lot of berries, a little bit of grain, lots of protein. So I think it's time that we start to make some real food. Okay, so for Vintage Story, when you're cooking, whatever kind of food that you're going to be making, usually the first two spots are going to be the same. So if you're going to be doing vegetables, it would be vegetables in that one. It's going to be protein, it'd be protein in that one. Grain, you get the point, right? The exception to that being is if you're going to make a soup. If you're going to make a soup, then the first one has to be water in that first spot. So in this instance, if I were to cook this right now, I would get 4 servings of red meat stew. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add some boiled onions to it, and we're going to put some turnips in there. And this is going to give us a meal that when we go to eat it, it's going to provide us with protein, and it's going to provide us with vegetables. And it's going to combine all of those together. So my saturation is going to fill really high really quick off of this. So this is going to be one of those things. You heard me talking about the tools that we are creating for ourselves, and one of the tools I mentioned was cooking. Cooking is going to allow me to create meals that will last, that will provide me more nutrition at one time, so I have to spend less time on the quest for food. So we're going to let this cook up, and it usually doesn't take too long. It's starting to go now. And there's another part to this that is going to be important here real quick. I mean, right now, this is just to kind of get us through. It is, let's see, what time is it? It is 9 o'clock at night. So this is my late meal, sunset. I'm going to eat this, I'm going to nap, and then tomorrow we're going to get started. What are we going to do today? Like I said, we're going to put it in our charcoal pit. Got the out there, you'll see here pretty quick when we get back out there. You'll see that I've got the footprint laid out for where the blacksmith's going to be. The blacksmith will eventually have an area on it for a windmill, for the helve hammer and all that. But for right now, it's just for the blacksmith area. There'll be a little storage yard there. And then underneath it, we're going to have a staircase going underneath that's going to lead down to the charcoal pit. So we're going to be working on that. And then when we get done with that, then we're going to go out, we're going to work on the cellar. And then having the cellar in place, it's going to allow us to kind of start moving some of our moving our food items from there over to there. And we're going to have to make some more, some storage stuff too, some more vessels and such. So a lot of stuff to do. And yeah, I think that is going to be a good episode. All right, I'm going to pause here and we'll come back when this is just about done. All right, you know how they used to say, a watched pot never boils, right? It took a lot longer than what it seems like it should with me sitting there staring at it, but it should be it. There we go. So that gives us a pot of cooked food, 4 servings of red meat stew with boiled onions and turnips. If you look at the nutritional facts, every time I consume that, that's going to give me 840 saturation from protein and 300 from vegetables. I remember me talking ago that, think of this as like your calories. So that's going to fill up almost that entire bar, since my entire bar is 1,500, and that alone is going to be 1,240 or 1,140 just from one serving of that. So that is going to be really good. So I'm going to eat something, and I thought I had a table in here, but I don't. I'll just put that right there for now, and I'm going to grab that and I'm going to munch it up. And that gave me a nice full belly. All right. So I'm going to sleep through the night, and then we're going to get up and we're going to get started on this right away. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Heard the roosters crowing. Time to get going. Got a lot of stuff to do today. All right. So, let's see. I'm just going to leave the food down in there. I don't need to. Yeah, I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to take one. We're going to take that bowl with us. So now there's 2 servings in there. Now this is interesting too. If we click on this, you'll see that's 1 serving of the red meat stew, right? And you notice that my saturation bar, my nutrition bar, if I try to consume that, it's going to overflow it, right? Well, watch what happens. This is what I like about this. Now if we go and we look at it, you see it only used a partial amount. It didn't overuse it, which is good. So you'll have a fractional amount inside your bowl. Okay, enough said. Here we go. What are we going to do? Okay, so let's take a quick trip around over here. And there we go. This is what I was talking about with the warehouse. We started on this last episode, ran into a little bit of a problem there, but I went and I got some full chalkstone blocks, carved those up, and then made copies of them in there. Now, I'm going to say something here real quick. There's a lot of video that I record that doesn't make it into the final cut of an episode. And so I got to thinking about that. I was looking at all that video, and I thought, you know what I ought to do is I ought to do a recap of the episodes. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it every 10 episodes. I'll do a recap. Now, I haven't done one through episode 1 through 10, so I'm going to do a recap on that one first. But then I'm going to do a recap right after episode 19. I'm going to release a recap episode from the stuff that we did from 11 to 20. And I'm going to include some of the clips in there, the things that just don't make it into the final cut. And a lot of that is due to length, or sometimes I get a little crazy and silly. I think I actually had one scene where I was lamenting about the use of the word has in asking a question. Stupid stuff like that. So I think what I'm going to do is I will put together a clip episode like that. All right. So let's get started on what we're going to be doing here. So this is going to be the Blacksmith Shop. And of course, we're going to be dealing with some hot metals and things like that. So it's going to be a concrete floor, stone floor. It's going to be stone on the lower level. And unlike the other builds where we're stepping up and we have a foundation, this is going to be just a straight walk-in. So the plan is going to be that this is where the door is going to end up at. It's going to be right in this area here. And let's do it up like this. Do it up right? Okay. So that's where the door's going to be going into it. And we'll put some windows in here also. This is going to be a storage area. So we're going to have fences going in this area, and then we'll have the wall that will be over in this area. And like I said, we'll put some windows and such inside there. And then a wall. Got it? Okay. What we want to do then is right about, let's look at this. That's going to be a wall here. That's going to be a wall there. We're going to put in a staircase. Wouldn't you know it? And I don't think I've got another shovel. All right, hang on one second. All right, so as I was saying, I brought the hammer with me. Shoot. Okay, never mind. no big deal. As I was saying, we're going to have a staircase. It's going to go right down through here. And it's going to be just straight shot down. This. You know, I kind of wish it wasn't conglomerate rock right here. I mean, conglomerate rock, I usually end up using it for the path blocks, so not a big deal. But it's a nice thing about doing some diggy work is you get some extra resources. And so we'll be able to put this to good use. We're going to dig this down. And I may shorten it just a little bit. It's going to go down deep because the charcoal pit's going to be down underneath here. And it needs to actually be a little bit farther over. So we'll be doing some filling in, I'm sure. There we go. Let's dig those. All right, and we want this charcoal pit to be about 2, 3, 1, 2. So this is where we're going to end up having a little area for lighting the charcoal pit. So I'm going to dig this back just a little bit. I'll have to come back in here and curve this out a little better. So this is going to be almost the center of the charcoal pit right there. So 1, 2, 3, yeah. So let's just go ahead, while we're here, let's just go ahead and just dig this out too. I think what we're just going to do is just excavate, and then we'll fill back everything in where we want it. Oh, here we go. The charcoal pit. So, according to the wiki, the fire pit for making a charcoal pit will work, I think it's 6 blocks. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 deep. And it's 3 that way, 3 that way. So, and 3 and 3. So it should, in theory, work in here. I've made them not quite this big, but pretty good size before, a little bit deeper than this. And I probably could still go down just a little bit more, but this is going to take a lot of wood to fill up. So I'm going to start hauling some wood over and getting it into here for now. And then probably between episodes, I'll gather up some more wood. But yep, so that's this. All right, I think next thing we need to do, we got to do some more digging. Got to get into the cellar area. So that's going to go over here. And can I make it go in right there? Nah, probably needs to go down just a little bit farther here. So we're going to take it in right here. We're going to go in and do the same thing, diggy, 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 get another cellar built, and probably won't do the conglomerate cobblestone. I used up pretty much all of my clay during making that cobblestone for that out of that conglomerate, so I don't think I'm going to make it. I think I'm just going to haul this out for now. Okay, I'll be back. All right. So for this first room, we're going to make this 7 by 7 because that is the size, if I remember, of what's constituted as a room within Vintage Story. So we're going to take this way just a little bit, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I think I'm going to go one more this way. There we go. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have had to go through and make a lot of tools. So I think this is the 4th pickaxe of this episode. And it's a lot of digging that's been done. And this is the 3rd one, but I had to go make another one. So I am out of ingots again. I'm going to have to pour up a bunch of metal between episodes again. This is a lot of digging. And drop that in there up here for now. Okay, so that's going to be the wall here. And once this gets all filled out or dug out, we'll go in and we'll start putting stuff in. We're going to have to get some shelves made, some barrels made. This area here, there'll be a few barrels for storage. We're going to need some more vessels, storage vessels down in these as well. But I'm going to have to get some more clay before I can make more vessels. Oh, there went the pickaxe. So if this pickaxe breaks during this, it's going to take a while for me to get some more. I mean, you know, as long as it takes to melt copper down. I had to make another knife blade. And I just went through and just did an inventory check, and I think I'm on my last shovel. I've still got another axe, but on my last shovel as well. Oh, mercy. All right. So with my storage rooms, there's actually, and I said rooms, plural, because there's going to be more than one. We're actually going to have one here. We'll go down a hallway. We'll have another one that will be on this side. And then probably there's going to be a large room that will be here. And that's usually where I do like my pickling stuff. And I'll be able to store cheese and things like that in there. And then I'll have another one that'll be down here. So there's actually be 4 of these rooms down here. And one of the things that I'm definitely going to want to do for these cellars is to get the copper, or get the torch holders on the walls in here. Eventually we'll have lanterns, but right now we just... I guess I could... You know what? I could make lanterns. Maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Okay. I'm going to finish digging this out, and then I'll come back. So, cellar is done. Got some stuff in here. Got some chests in, ready for stuff to move in. Shelves are set up to start receiving some food. So, this is going to be our cellar. We'll have to get some lighting in here and all that. Like I said, we're going to have several cellars down here. So, let's see. I think that's about it. Let's think what we did here. We got the charcoal pit put in. I was going through and picking up some different chest monsters, and I found some fences. So I went ahead and threw some fences in here just for decoration purposes. So got to fill all this in, do a little bit of landscaping still. May have to do a little bit of landscaping in this area too. I think I'm going to build this hill out just a little bit more and maybe take this back in just a little bit. So a few things to do here and there. So what are we going to do next episode? Next episode is the kitchen. So we got to finish this off. And I've been moving some stuff in here, but we're going to have to finish cleaning this out. And we're going to have to put in a fireplace for cooking. And I think right there, I think that's what I'm wanting to do. Yeah. Okay. We'll watch for that next episode. Hey, have a great weekend, everyone. I hope you had a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And we'll see you next episode. Take care.